Your surroundings will dictate your fucking future. This is a lesson you need to understand. This is something that will always hold you back from achieving anything you want in life. And until you realize it, until you hone in on the negativity, you'll never grow. And guess what? This is going to be a hard realization. The most negative people in your life are usually your family. It's usually the people that you don't think are negative. It's usually the people that say they have your best intentions at heart. That's the hardest lesson. That's the hardest pill to swallow. And it's usually due to the fact that you try to change your life. It's most likely due to the fact that they see you elevating, and because they already gave up on their goals, they become inherently negative and they try to drag you down. And unless you understand that you need to drop them, unless you understand and come to terms with the fact that you need to let them go, you will never grow into the individual you want to become. Your surroundings dictate your future. Now, that means surroundings physically and surroundings mentally. That means your friends, family, and it also means your city. I grew up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, which at the time was the murder capital of Canada. Pause. I don't say that to try to flex that I was in a gang or anything. I wasn't. But I saw a lot of very toxic things. I saw a lot of violence, negativity. Just driving down the street of Thunder Bay, you could see things all over the place. Stores getting robbed, people getting stabbed for not having cigarettes, dead people in fucking Tim Hortons drive-thrus. I still remember to this day, we left our school, Westgate is where I went, drove down the street to go to the Tim Hortons drive-thru because we loved ice caps at the time. And driving through the drive-thru, we saw this butt naked dude on the side of the road. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the closer we got, we realized, oh, we hear sirens, and ambulance was coming because homie was dead, stabbed to death in the fucking street. My hometown is inherently negative, violent, toxic, pessimistic. It's gotten better, but a lot of the people there are not good people. And growing up, neither was I. Running drugs, doing drugs, MDMA, coke, crack, getting into very violent altercations, treating family, friends, women like shit. Not saying I was a nice person growing up. I was the same thing, a negative piece of shit. So I altered a lot of people's futures due to my negativity. My surrounding of them altered their life. And it wasn't until I understood that my surroundings was altering my life that I decided to fucking change. Now I know where your mind's going. As soon as we talk about surroundings and negative people in your circle, a lot of people hone in on one person. And it's usually their mom, their dad, their sibling, that one friend they've had from high school. And you guys don't want to let them go. You're like, well, what do I do, homie? It's my fucking mom. I can't just cut her out. What do I do? It's that motherfucker's been riding with me when I had nobody, when I got bullied in school. I can't cut them out. Well, what's more important to you? Peace of mind, success, happiness, or loyalty to a person that doesn't have your best intentions at heart? Let that sink in. Because again, the hard pill to swallow is that the people that are the most negative in your lives are usually the people closest to you. Mine were my parents for a long time, specifically my mom. Me and my mom got into it every single fucking day, to the degree that I wanted to couch surf at 14 because I couldn't be around her. Now, I don't share this to hurt her feelings, and I don't share this to drag her down, because as a man, I'm trying to rectify that relationship and build a closer bond between me and my parents. But that's the fucking truth. It's the truth. One of the most negative people in my life was my mother for a very long time. We did not get along. We did not bond. Every single fucking time I would walk in the house, it would start with a fight and it would end with me getting bitch slapped. My baby brothers needed to be the barrier between me and my fucking family for a very long time. I also had this same negative relationship with a lot of the homies that I grew up with, and that's why I don't call them homie no more. That's why they're not in my fucking life, because I would rather be alone and focused than surrounded by people and negative. Your surroundings will dictate your fucking future. Right now, if you are unhappy with your situation, you need to audit who you are surrounding yourself with. You need to audit the city that you are in. I have a pretty close homie now that we built a relationship that told me she lives in Chicago. And when we sat down and we were talking about her living situation, she said it sounds like fireworks are going off every night because of how many shootings happening in that city. And I'm like, why the fuck do you live there? Why are you fucking there? Don't you understand that that's going to have a negative effect on you? Like, when you are scared to leave your goddamn house, that's going to affect you in a negative, bad fucking way. You guys got to understand this fucking lesson. I'm going to sound like a broken record at the end of this video, but it's very important. Surroundings will dictate your future. I was a fucking nobody going nowhere in my life. Drug addict, iron worker, struggling with alcohol. And it's because the only fucking people I surrounded myself were people who wanted to do drugs and drink. They only wanted to make enough money to go to the fucking bar so we could flex money at the strippers and call ourselves ballers. My life didn't change until I started surrounding myself with better people. Pause. My life didn't change until I started bettering myself so I could could surround myself with better people. You see, that's the key. I get you don't want to cut out your mom. I get you don't want to cut out that high school homie. I get that you don't want to cut out people that you are currently surrounding yourself with. But if you ain't fucking happy, what's the purpose? What you doing this shit for? I reached a point in my life where I wasn't fucking happy anymore. I hated who I saw in the mirror. I hated my fucking life. So I isolated. I cut out everybody. No more friends. No more family. I cut out everyone. The only fucking person I spent time with was me. Started bettering myself, working on my fitness, working on my mindset, working on my goals. After that happened, a month and a half later, I got introduced to my now best friend and business partner. And in the last 8 years, we built a 7-figure business, making over $10 million a year. And it was all because I chose to change my surroundings. I chose to isolate so I can improve. I chose to isolate so I could elevate. Now I hang out with people like Bedros Keuilian, Wes Watson, Dan Martell. We're getting invited to events. I'm speaking on massive stages, making over 7 figures, transforming my fucking life. And I don't dabble in any bullshit no more. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't surround myself with negativity. And I don't allow you to be inherently negative around me. Because I understand, core lesson, I'm going to say it again, your surroundings will dictate your fucking future. If you are unhappy with your life, go look in the fucking mirror and audit your goddamn circle. Get rid of that negative motherfucker that's always bitching. Get rid of that negative motherfucker that's always complaining. Stop calling your fucking mom and having a conversation about your day if all she wants to do is bitch about the news. Wake up to what you're doing to your situation right now. I know it's hard. I know it's frustrating. I know you feel like shit for putting yourself first. But again, what's more important to you? Loyalty to the people that are dragging you down or happiness with yourself?